Hi everyone, today for our maths we're going to be looking at bar modelling. You might have seen this before. This does look a little bit similar. Now it's very similar to a part-to-part whole model. So I've got my whole at the top, that's number 8, that's my total. And I've got two parts, so I partitioned that, I've split that into two, and I've got 6 as a part and 2 as a part because 6 plus 2 makes 8. Now all I've done here is just show you another representation of making 8 with 6 and 2 shown on my dice. But here is the actual bar model. It's very similar to the part-part whole model because I've got 8 at the top, that's my top bar, and it's a whole bar because that's my whole, that's my total, and it is split into two parts again, 6 and 2. The only difference between this and the part-part whole model is that this bar that shows me 6 is slightly bigger than this bar, which shows me 2. And that's because 6 is a larger number than 2, so it takes up a larger part of my bar. For my next job, I'm going to complete the bar models because you might have noticed a little problem with this one already. I've got my whole at the top, and I've got my parts, but I haven't actually split them. So right now there's just 2 bars and there needs to be 3 bars. I'm going to leave the 10 alone because that's the whole. I don't need to draw a line anywhere there, but I do need to decide where the line needs to go for my bottom bar. So I've got 3 and 7 because I know 3 plus 7 make 10. Now I know 3 is much smaller than 7, so I'm going to draw the line around here because I know it's smaller than 5. So this part of the bar is proportionate to 3 and this part of the bar is proportionate to 7. For my next bar model, I've got the number sentence 9 plus 1 equals 10. This is another number 1 to 10. Again, I haven't drawn the line to separate my bars. Now 9 in comparison to 1 is much, much larger. So 9 needs to have a larger bar. 1 is very small, so it can have a smaller bar. And for my last one, I've got 5 plus 5 equals 10. Now that's a double. So have a think where this bar needs to go. I'm going to draw it exactly in the middle because I know that half of 10 is 5. Now to work out the remaining part of this bar model, I need to work out the whole because that's the part that is missing. Now I know that part plus part equals whole, and I can see my parts here. I've got 16 and 4, and using my knowledge of number bonds to 20, I know that makes 20. So my whole is 20. 16 plus 4 makes 20. Sometimes we might see bar models represented like this, where I can see my whole, again it's 20, and I can see one part, now that's 2, but I need to figure out the remaining part. What I can do here is think of the whole, take away the part. So 20, take away 2, and that equals 18. And you can see that it's also proportionate to the size of the number. You can help me with this next job. I've got a word problem on the board, and I need to work it out and then show my answer in the bar model. It's blank at the moment. Let's read our problem. I saw 10 elephants, 7 lions and 3 giraffes. How many animals did I see altogether? Now, I've got the word altogether in my number sentence here. That tells me we're going to be adding these numbers together. I've circled the important numbers in my number sentence. That always helps. And I've also written out my number sentence now, starting with the largest number first. 10 plus 7 plus 3 equals, we need to figure out what that equals. Great, we know it equals 20 because we're superstars at number bonds. So we've got these numbers here, 10, 7, 3 and 20. This is going to be a little trickier than the last ones because we've got 3 numbers here which will need to go in the bottom of our bar model. Pause the video and have a go at showing that answer as a bar model. I have now completed my bar model using the number sentence. I put 20 in the top bar because that is my total, that is my whole. And I've written my other numbers, my parts, 10, 7 and 3 in my bar model, and as you can see, I've made them proportionate sizes to the number. I know 10 is exactly half of 20, so it gets half of the bar. Then I've split 7 and 3 into my other part.